we need to answer, what should we invest in? In general, though, investing in an individual company can take a lot of work and research, and oftentimes it's much riskier and more volatile than just investing in index funds and ETFs. A lot of financial advisors will put their clients' funds in index funds and ETFs because they're simple investments that are well diversified, and if we invest in them consistently over time, the path to becoming a millionaire as well as reaching financial freedom is almost guaranteed. An index fund is a popular term and is sometimes used interchangeably with the term ETF or exchange traded fund. They are slightly different in nature, but for our purposes today, you can think of them very similarly. To understand how an index fund works, I will first define what a mutual fund is. So a mutual fund is when investors pool their money together and they pay a professional manager to actively pick stocks that the manager thinks will perform well. The manager will then charge a fee for this service, and sometimes that can kind of eat into your returns. So an index fund is a type of mutual fund, it just doesn't have an active manager. Instead, it automatically tracks a stock index like the S&P 500, which are the top 500 US companies, or the FTSE 100, for example, that's the top 100 UK companies. You also have things like the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones. Now, since there is no manager actively picking stocks, the fees will be much, much lower. So essentially, an index fund would automatically track and invest all the companies in that particular index, and that way, all you have to do as the investor is buy the index fund that tracks that index. If we pull up the S&P 500 index, for example, an index fund or ETF that tracks the S&P 500 would contain all of these 500 plus companies. So by buying this one investment, you automatically will have your money split into all of these companies on this list. That includes Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Meta, etc. This means you will get instant diversification to the top 500 companies and very low fees since there are no money managers.